You been working on your credit cause you tryna buy a house. Let me get.
Welcome back to All Things Chemistry. I'm not even going to take your time up with a long intro, nothing like that. This is 25 facts about me. To all my subscribers, what's up? I hope everybody's doing well in their quarantine. To all my newcomers, thank you for stopping by. I hope you're also doing well in your quarantine. But it would be so much better if you could subscribe, comment, share, like. Let's just get to know each other, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go. I was born October 24th. I'm a 90s baby. The 90s was popping. I'm so glad I got to grow up in the 90s because the fashion was taking a turn, music was taking a turn, and all that good stuff. I just wish I was like born in like the mid 80s so that I could really experience the 90s, but I'm happy to be a 90s baby. We're creeping up on, I don't even want to say the word. We getting old, y'all. We are getting old. Shout out to everybody who was born in the 90s. Shout out to all the October babies, because October really is the best month to be born. Like, I'm the strange person who tries to think of like, what other month could I have been born in? And I just can't find any other months that make sense in front of my birthday. So if you was born in October, you already know. I am the youngest of 3 girls. My sister Amber, she's the oldest. She's 7 years older than I am. And my sister Amber, she's the middle girl. And she is only about 1.5 years older than I am. And we are tight. I'm a creative at heart. I really love art. I love music. I love pottery, all that. I'm with it all in my Pop Smoke voice. I really love art. I always have had this dream about like just doing everything, anything. I took photography because I love photography. I wanted to learn how to do graffiti, all of that good stuff. That's me. I just thrive with that stuff. I'm a pew baby. Well, toddler, because when my dad started going to church, I was like 4 years old and he ain't never left. So I grew up in church. I'm currently the youth leader at my church, Word of Life, in Madison. So if you're ever in Madison, stop by and see us, okay? For those who shocked that I'm the youth leader, me too. I mean, if you pray, pray for me. If you don't pray, you know, just keep me in your thoughts. I don't know what to say for people who don't pray. I have an associate's degree in liberal arts because I'm a creative at heart. You see how this all ties back in? It's like a puzzle. I love puzzles too. But I have an associate's degree in liberal arts, and then I'm also pursuing my bachelor's degree in criminal justice. My investigation skills are A1. I was taking investigation classes since I was in high school. So just know. I tried to tell Drake he had a baby. He didn't want to hear it from me. So just know that I know. I'm a huge nerd. When I was a kid, I did not like going outside. Playing outside, count me out. I used to love to read all the Junie B. Jones books, all of the Magic Treehouse books, My Teacher is a Vampire books, like all of that. I had every single one of those books. My mom did every I Spy book with me. My grandmother, she used to buy me puzzles, and we used to do like 500-piece puzzles, and she used to take all the puzzles and glue them on like little cardboard, and she would hang them up in this room in her house. Like, I was such a nerd. Seriously, like my sisters, they would be out playing, hanging out, and I would be on my grandma's front porch while she was cleaning up, reading the Better Homes and Gardens books, okay? Clipping coupons out the weekly newspaper. Like, that was my life. I think that's why now I feel like so old, because I just naturally have an old soul. I have a 10-year-old godson. His name is Josiah Moore. Hi, Josiah. I don't know if you're watching or not, but I know you be watching YouTube. So if you stumble up on this, hey, baby. I have been in his life since the day he was born, and we've been gang since potty train. I also have 2 nephews, Mikkel and Nehemiah. Mikkel, he's 17. Nehemiah, he's 13, going on 14. And it just sucks because they're getting older. They're gonna have their own lives soon. And you know, you just want them to stay small forever and love you and always like depend on you and believe what you say. Now they got their own minds and their own smart mouths. And it's like, that's so funny, but at the same time, like, stay small, don't grow up. My favorite day of the week is Tuesday. And it's mainly just because it's not Monday. And my Apple Music playlist updates. That's really the reason why. Because my Apple Music knows me, and I like the way it just, you know, figures out like what you need to get through this week, and it really hooks me up. Most times it's a hit. Sometimes it's a miss, and then I gotta wait 6 days. But then when Tuesday come, I'm like, what's up? It's Tuesday again. What are we doing here? I had all advanced classes from the time I can remember even starting school. Like when my conscious remembered being in school, I was in all advanced classes. And my mom actually wanted me to skip a couple grades, but I was like really young then and I was scared because we went to a really rough school. And I was like, I don't want to get beat up and they're all going to tease me. They're all gonna laugh at you. I felt like that. And so I was like, nah, count me out. And by the time I got to my junior year in high school, I had like slick dropped out for a half a year because I was just too busy trying to be an adult. And I didn't have like, you know, I wasn't ready to be an adult. And I actually had a lot of fun not being at school. But at the same time, when I finally went back to school, my senior year, I was so far ahead, even taking a half a year off. I had like all sophomore classes like music, driver's ed. Like my senior year, I didn't even get to experience it with all of the seniors in my school because I had taken all the classes that they were taking at that point. I used to do poetry on WGCI's Whispers in the Dark. WGCI is the famous radio station in Chicago, Illinois, and I used to love going there. It was so crazy because my dad, he used to take me on our church bus, the beep, 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 when it backs up bus. Yeah, we used to pull up to the radio station in our church bus, and I used to love to go. Like, shout out to my dad. He is a real one because we used to have to go at like 11 p.m. And when we would go, it would be like dark, dim. They used to have like R&B instrumentals for me to record to. So I would be in a room like recording my poems, and my dad would be out there like trying to finesse his way on the radio. Like, can I promote my church's picnic on the radio? I'm like, on Whispers in the Dark? No, sir. But Dad, I love you. Thank you. Shout out to you. I used to play the flute. A lot of people don't know that because that was a small period in my life that I block out. I hated playing the flute. And so I quit. But now that I think about it, I could have been Lizzo. That could have been me. It ain't my fault that I'm not kid. But that's not me. So if you're doing something, don't quit. You never know where it could take you, okay? I am ambidextrous. And for those who don't know what that means I can write with both my right and my left hand. I'm right-handed naturally, and then I learned that I could write with my left hand. And I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story about how I found out I was ambidextrous, right? All right, so boom. My sister and I was playing at home, and then we just got to fighting. I don't know why, but it got serious, WWE in there, right? So then my sister throws me off the bed, and then she like Kurt ankle jumps on my arm. So boom, I wake up the next day and my hand is like swollen. I thought she had broke my hand, but it wasn't broken. And my dad was like, girl, you going to school. My dad never let us stay home from school for like nothing. So I go to school and my hand is swollen, like super swollen. And so when I get to school, I'm like, I need to go to the nurse's office. I go to the nurse and I tell her like, hey, I think my hand is broken. Something is wrong. Let me tell y'all. She gives this little wooden plank, and then she wraps a bunch of like bandages around it. And so she sends me back to class, right? And so now I look like I got like a little fin or a flipper or something. And then when I get to history class, I'm like mad because now everybody's calling me Flipper. And my teacher, I'm thinking he's gonna give me some sympathy because I'm clearly going through a lot. And so he like, girl, use your other hand. You got 20 minutes just like everybody else do to complete this test. And so then boom, I found out I could write with both hands. And I mean, it's not perfect, but it's legible and it's a lot better than I would have anticipated. I am not a heels type of girl. I cannot wear heels. It's not for me. My coordination is off. It's terrible. And so I'll be probably wobbling like Bambi trying to wear some heels. But also I haven't worn any heels that were comfortable. Like any of the heels I've purchased in the past to try to wear, they made my feet hurt. And I just can't understand looking fly but having to sit the whole time you out because your feet hurt. So I'm flats gang all the way. If you wear flats and you're an adult, don't feel bad. It's just not for everybody. I got my first job when I was 14 years old. I was working at Burger King and I love this job, y'all. I started in summer and I had like transitioned from living in Illinois to Minnesota with my mother. And when I was there, I didn't know anybody, but when I went to this Burger King, it was so many young people that worked there around my age. And I had this little red shirt and you know, I hated it because my birthday is later in the year. Everybody was turning 16 before me. So when I started, it took me extra long to get a blue shirt. And then I quit like a month before I was gonna get my blue shirt. So yeah, but over the past 16 years, I've had so many random jobs. Like I interned at a radio station for a little period of time. I worked at a hair salon, just doing hair and shampooing and learning stuff. And then I worked at fast food places. I worked in banking. I worked in retail. I've just had a bunch of jobs. And you would think like, I'm so young, but I'm old. I've been living a long time. I feel like I'm like 65 years old because I just have had such a long life. I've been doing so much, so long. I got braces when I was 27 and I loved it. And I know adult braces is not a thing, but I had so much joy. When I found out I was getting my braces, I was like saving my money. I was trying to color coordinate the little rubber bands with outfits and stuff. But I was so sad because first when I got them, they're like, hey, you're gonna need braces for at least 2.5 years because I had a gap. And I'm like, cool, I'm down. It was painful. I had to eat like applesauce and Easy Mac for 2 weeks straight, but I was content because I thought it was fly. And it was like so awkward because when I first got it, I had a really big gap. And so it was just like a metal bar across the front two of my teeth. But I still was like, yo, I'm fly. But then my gap started to close a lot quicker than I anticipated. So like a year in, they're like, okay, time to take them off. And I'm like, take them off? No, let's keep them on. And when I was a kid, I wanted braces too. Like, I was strange. I wanted glasses and I wanted braces. And everybody who had braces in school, they used to get to leave like every Wednesday and go gargle fluoride. And I'm like, why my parents don't love me enough to give me some fluoride or give me some braces? But then as I got older and started paying for my own expenses, Cardi B was not lying, y'all. It is not cheap. I could have bought a Chevy Cruze with that money that I paid for my braces. But if you have the money, invest in yourself. It's well worth it. I started wearing glasses in 2016. And when I started wearing glasses, people now who know me, like when I go to work or when I'm at church or something, people will notice like, hey, you don't have your glasses on. And I find it so strange because I just recently started wearing glasses. It's not like I can't see. I just have an astigmatism in one eye. So my vision doesn't quite focus. It's a little blurry sometimes. And so when people are like, hey, you don't have your glasses on, I'm like, yeah, I don't have to wear them every day. They're more for like when I drive or when I'm, you know, out at night. But back in the day, I used to get those little hood rat contacts off of Madison and Pulaski. And if you're from Chicago, you already know. I used to get that little $20 holla set. They give you some contacts, the little solution, you get a little case, and you good in the business. I thought I was fly, but it was so ghetto. Like, there was literally a man in the basement of a strip mall selling contacts out of like a suitcase. Don't judge me, because I know some of y'all on here be getting them fake contacts too. But when I got glasses, I thought like, oh, now I can get me some color contacts, and they actually are prescription, but only having astigmatism in one eye, and I'm not paying $300 for one contact. Sorry. I'll go back to Madison and Pulaski if I'm gonna do that. I do not like lemonade. I hate lemonade. I hate sweet tea. I don't like greens or cabbage. I am not a peach cobbler fan. I don't like fruit and yogurt. I don't like diffused water. It's just a lot of things that I don't eat that a lot of people around me eat. And I'm like, how are you enjoying that? Lemonade is the number one. Like, if I have lemonade, I will put like a dab of lemonade and then fill the cup with Sprite, because that's the only way I can take. Lemonade is just not good to me. If you drink lemonade, I'm praying your strength, because how could you abuse your taste buds like that? It's not for me. Count me out. I also don't like to drink milk, like lactose milk. There are people, I've seen people sitting down eating dinner, drinking milk, and I wanted to call the cops, because I'm like, clearly there is something wrong in this scenario. Unless you're eating cookies or cereal, you should not be drinking no milk with anything other than cereal and milk. I am the person to see if you want a nickname. I give everybody nicknames. Even if you already have a nickname, I'll probably give you a different nickname, just because that's, I don't know. I've always done that. Like, I have nicknames, and once too many people start calling me that, or I don't like it anymore, I'll just come up with something else. Like, a lot of people call me Kimmy, but now I'm noticing people are calling me Kymistry. And Kymistry is just a mixture of a bunch of things. That's all that it is. When I think about chemistry, it's just experimenting, trying different things until you find what works. And that's me, just all things chemistry. From cooking to reading to, I don't know, whatever you can throw in there to make something magical, that's me. So if you're looking for a nickname, drop down in the comments. I can generate something up for you. My favorite movies are comedy movies. I love comedy movies. I like suspense movies too, but Not as much as I like comedies. I love comedy movies. They are just, I don't know, they just speak to me a lot more. Because, you know, again, I'm a self-proclaimed comic. Even when I wasn't trying to be funny, people would still laugh. And then I'm noticing just the way I say things could be perceived as funny. So I'll take it. So I love comedy movies. Eddie Murphy movies, all hilarious. I'm not with the cross-dressing, but he's still hilarious. Adam Sandler movies are hilarious. Of course. Seth Rogen movies, I love Seth Rogen movies. My mother just told me she didn't like Seth Rogen. I'm like, the blasphemy. He's hilarious. But I understand everybody has a different idea of what comedy is to them, and I just have like a really weird sense of humor, and so I enjoy it. It's for me. I am terrified of needles. I just don't understand the concept of you wanting to hurt me on purpose. I know it sounds ridiculous, probably even childish, but that's how I feel. Like, you want to insert something into my skin. That's not natural. I just don't know. Can we put whatever this is in pill form? If you want some blood, let my nose bleed, or I'll let you know if I scrape my knee or something. I just would try to talk my way out of it. Like, I get really extreme anxiety. My heart starts beating. Like, anytime you get ready, I can't look. I have to close my eyes and breathe, and then I'm shaking, and I have tiny rolling veins. So that's a whole thing. So needles are just not for me, y'all. One of my life goals is to travel to at least one museum in every single country. And it's mainly because I just really love art. I want to see the different exhibits. I want to see the difference of, you know, contrast of the artist versus the art, how it differs from what you see here in America. But one museum that I am going to go to this year is the Trap Museum in Atlanta, Georgia. T.I., you did that. They have an escape room called Escape the Trap. Sign me up. I love escape rooms too, by the way. Escape rooms, that's my thing. I'll pay the $40 and I'll go. I've been to 2 escape rooms, and one we didn't escape, but the second one, oh, I was in there and I already knew. Like, before they even started to materialize escape rooms, I used to have games on my phone where I'll be like, escape this room, escape this. So I was like, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, baby, that goes back to my investigation skills, my, you know, that's all me, analytical and everything. Let's do it. So if you are an escape room junkie, please hit me up this summer. Once outside opens back up, we're going to be in there. I love satirical TV. Satire is where you poke fun at something that's real, but you make it funny, kind of joke about it. Like The Boondocks is a show all about satire, and I love The Boondocks. That's one of my favorite shows. Shout out to Nikita, girl, you put me on. But I love The Boondocks. I love Bob's Burgers. If you don't like Bob's Burgers, you're missing out. It's so funny. I love comedy, period. I'm a comedian in my own right. Like, if I can go on Wild 'N Out, put me on one episode. I don't even need no lines. Y'all want to crack jokes on me? Crack jokes on me. I just want a t-shirt and I want to be wild. I can do that the whole show. You ain't even got to give me no lines. I heard Nick don't pay them anyway, but I still want to be a part. Put me on. I took a bunch of French humanities classes. Like, I loved my French teacher. She was such a nice lady. So any class that she offered, I literally took it. I took every class that she offered at the school. Even if it had nothing to do with my major, I just took it. So France, I'm coming for you because I know a lot about the history. I want to go to the Louvre Museum. I want to experience just all of that. Give me all of that. I just want to be a part of it. It's something so different, but when I finally did get my degree, I had so many elective classes just stored up because I took like 5 humanities classes, which had nothing to do with my major. So, you know, try something new. Okay. At first, I just thought I was going for my teacher, but it really became interesting to me. Again, I don't like history, but I really enjoy French humanities. So if you got questions about France, don't ask me, but I'm gonna go and then I might be able to have a little more for you. For those who want an update, I'm still working my way through veganism. I'm saying it's more plant-based because I'm starting to incorporate a little bit of cheese, but I tried to like backslide and eat some chicken one day and my body was just like, what is this foreign substance? We feel like we need to throw up. So chicken is out. I wasn't really doing beef or pork before that. And turkey, I just don't want no parts of it, okay? And that's all, folks. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch 25 Facts About Me. I feel like we know each other a little better, right? Cool. You don't want to miss new content coming very, very soon. So please take this opportunity to like, comment, share, and if you already haven't, subscribe. Again, thank you to everybody for stopping by, and I will catch you next time.
You've been working on your credit 'cause you trying to buy a house. Let me